program. Special thanks to Varun Prabhu and Ritu Mataji. We hear it all the time from Rasikanand Prabhu and Mithila Mataji how dedicatedly you have been running this program over the last 2 years now almost, isn't it? And we also heard how super enthusiastic the children are to learn. Is that right? Children? Yes? So today, sorry?
Say yes.
So today we're going to do something very interesting. We will divide all the children in two groups, boys versus girls. So can all the boys move to this side and all the girls come to this side? Right? All the boys move to Rasikanand Prabhu's side. And who is good at scribing among kids? Anyone who's good at scribing? Maybe you can come forward. So make one line through the whiteboard. Write boys on one side and girls on the other. So every time I ask a question, if the boys go for it first and they give the right answer, your team gets a point. If the girls give the right answer, then they get a point. But there is a rule. You can't call out. What do you need to do?
Hand up.
No calling out, putting your hand up. Okay? Yeah, that's it. I'll just put it there. Yeah. Okay, are we ready for this?
Yes.
I saw there was one mango on Giriraj, on Govardhan. The winning team can have that mango. Is that okay, Mataji? So let's see who gets the mango today. Okay, so today is a very auspicious day because we've gathered here to celebrate a very, very, very beautiful festival that is very dear to Lord Krishna. Okay. When we were coming out of the car, we saw the house next door. They had some decorations outside. What are they getting ready for?
Halloween.
Good job for putting your hand up. Now, people in this country, they celebrate different festivals for different reasons, like Halloween. Not many people even know the background of Halloween, but it's just a trend to celebrate, right? But in the spiritual world, in Krishna's planet, every day is a festival. And every step is a dance. They say every day, all the inhabitants of those planets, they come up with a festival and they celebrate that festival with so much joy, with so much love and so much devotion. So when we gather together, we also do certain things. So it's important to understand why we celebrate festivals. Like since childhood, you might have heard, oh, today's Diwali. Right? Why do we celebrate Diwali? Not many people understand. Why do we celebrate Diwali?
You can light up lamps and the evil goes away.
The evil goes away. Okay. Victor?
When Ram came after saving.
When Ram came back.
Yeah, after saving Sita from Ram.
Yeah, very good. Very good, very good. So we understand some bits of it, but you know what's very interesting about Krishna? He never does one thing for one reason. He does one thing for several reasons. So for Govardhan Leela as well, there were several reasons why he lifted Govardhan Hill. Let's hear from the audience. Give me one reason why do you think he lifted Govardhan Hill? You? Yeah.
To protect all the people
To
from the storm.
Beautiful answer. To protect all the people from the rain. Can we give boys 1 point, please? Good job. Anyone else? Victor?
So that like when Indra was like very angry and was, but he said that. Already.
He said that already. Yes. What else? Yeah.
Because of like the storm was so loud and stormy.
Yeah. So he already said that because it was stormy. So the people of Vrindavan needed protection. So he lifted Govardhan Hill for that. Anyone else in the audience has a different answer? Yeah.
Krishna wanted to give the lesson to Indra Bhagwan as well.
Yes.
Because he was getting, I think, like he doesn't know his place
To get him back in his place, to break his pride. Okay, let's give boys a point. Anyone from Mataji's? Can you think of something else? Why would Krishna do that? Yes.
Like to teach lesson to common people, we should like worship nature first, other than demigods.
Nature?
Nature, yeah. There's a Govardhan Hill.
Half correct. Half a point. We should worship.
Half of it.
We should not worship demigods. That part's correct. But the other part, we will find out in the lesson today.
Firstly, we should worship our nature and surroundings as well, if we are worshipping to demigods.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll find out more about that. What was his intention? Akhila Mataji?
So, well, I just heard like, Gopas, like, they are with Krishna from morning till the evening.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be with him all the time.
Yeah.
And the gopis were having from the night, they
Yeah.
wanted to be with him all the time.
Yeah.
And like all the residents, and like all the animals and everyone, they wanted to have Krishna with them all the time.
Yeah.
So Krishna made that like a 7 days, like be
Yeah.
together with.
Correct. So that's a reciprocation with his devotees. So that's the reason. Can we have 1 point for the Matajis? Very good. Yes.
Because Krishna and his friends, they wanted to do fun activities, so then they lifted up Govardhan Hill.
Yeah, to have fun together. Good job. Can we have 1 point for the boys? So beautiful answers coming through. One more, Mataji. Let's go.
Krishna also wanted to teach that if we worship Krishna,
Yeah.
then automatically all demigods are satisfied.
Yes.
We don't have to separately do and worship demigods separately.
Yes.
It's like watering the roots of a tree.
Yeah.
So it's like worshipping Krishna, and all the leaves and twigs and everything all get nourished.
Correct. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So everybody's answers are great. 1 point, sorry. Everybody's very competitive. That's good. All right, boys. Yeah, close competition, so keep working hard. Okay, now if you talk, you're going to lose a point. So make sure you're listening and not talking. All right, so what we'll do is we'll listen to the Leela in short, because we don't have much time. So I'll only highlight the main parts of the Leela, and then we will have another quiz at the end. Is that good? Okay. So, Govardhan Leela Day, what happened? Krishna was returning from another Leela. In Krishna's world, Leelas never end. He just goes from one Leela to the next. So, Leela in English, you also call it pastime. Because Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He has no other business than just having pastimes with his devotees. So, that's what he does all day, every day for eternity. It never ends. So, every day, he's doing pastimes. So he was returning from one pastime, which was the pastimes of the Brahmana Patnis, where he went to the Brahmana's house. And he was coming back after that pastime, and he saw all the Brajbasis, the residents of Vrindavan, they were very busy in preparing lots of preparations. So he went to his father. What was the name of Krishna's father? Put your hand up. Vasudev, but who was looking after him in Vrindavan? Yes. Nanda Baba. He could just spring up. Yes. So Krishna's father, who was looking after him in Vrindavan, was Nanda Baba. So he went to Nanda Baba and he said, Baba, what is going on? Why is everybody so busy? They're running around, doing this, getting this ready, preparing that. It looks so chaotic. What's going on? So Nanda Baba said, everybody's getting ready for the puja for Indra Dev. Do you know who Indra Dev is? Who is Indra Dev?
The god of the light and
Weather. Good job. 1 point for the boys. So everybody was very excited. They were getting ready to offer worship to Indra. And Indra was thinking, okay, focus back here. So everybody was getting ready for Indra's puja, right? They were getting all the things ready. And Krishna comes and questions, like sometimes, let's say mom's preparing something and you don't understand what's going on. Then you go to mom and say, Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing all this for? So like that, when Nanda Baba explained to him that we are getting ready for the puja for Indradev, Krishna didn't like that idea. He said, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Why are you offering worship to Indra? That's his job, right? Like when you put a card in the ATM, what comes out?
Money.
So it's ATM's job to give you money, right? You won't worship the ATM machine because it's giving you money. Would you worship ATM machine? No. So Indra's job, because he's the king of, or he's the devata of weather, it's his job to provide rain when it's necessary. It's his job to provide everything. So why would you worship him? This was Krishna's question. And Nanda Baba could not convince him with his answer. So then Nanda Baba said, okay, so you tell me what we should do. He said, well, you should actually worship Govardhan. And then Nanda Baba said, why should we worship Govardhan? And then Krishna said, because it's through Govardhan that you get everything. All these preparations that you are making, where are they coming from? All these plants that grow, all these cows that feed on the grass, they all come from Govardhan. So it's Govardhan that is the true recipient of this worship, not Indra. Indra is just doing his duty. You don't have to do this. And then Nanda Baba said, but we have been always doing this. And then Krishna said, but that doesn't mean you continue doing the wrong thing, isn't it? When you get knowledge, what is the best thing to do?
Use it.
Use it and fix yourself, not continue doing the wrong thing. So when Krishna explained like this, then Nanda Baba said, but we don't know how to worship. We don't know how to do this, how to do that, how to worship Govardhan. Nobody has ever taught us, so you tell us what to do. Then he said, take everything that you have prepared and let's go to Govardhan and worship him. So you know how many preparations they had made? Because there were so many residents of Vrindavan. So they all had made so many preparations. There were carts and carts, you know the bullock carts, if you have seen? Carts and carts full of jalebis, sweets, kachoris, everything you can imagine. They were full of them. So Krishna said, let's take everything to Govardhan and let's go and worship him. So then all the residents of Vrindavan, they started traveling to go to Govardhan. Now, Govardhan is a big mountain, isn't it? Who has seen Govardhan? Yeah? A lot, half of you. So if you've seen Govardhan, if you go around Govardhan, how many kilometers is it? Yes? If you give wrong answer, -1. Anyone else knows how long is the parikrama around Govardhan?
84 course.
That's whole Braj Mandal.
21 kilometers.
How many?
21.
21. That's right. 21 kilometers.
1 point.
1 point for Mataji.
Yo, I answered earlier, that means 1.
Did you say 21?
No, I said before from the other question.
Okay. We'll give you a bonus point after. So 21 kilometers. This is how big Govardhan Hill was. I mean, it was even bigger at that time, but you can imagine how big Govardhan Hill was. So when everybody reached there, they started putting all the offerings they had made into Govardhan. Now Govardhan, you can say, but he's a mountain, how can Govardhan eat? But at that time, when Brajvasis reached there, with their love, Govardhan, who was a mountain, changed into a form. And his face just became like Krishna's face. And his eyes developed, his mouth developed, and then Brajvasi started putting all the offerings in his mouth. And he was just looking like Krishna. Just looking like Krishna, so beautiful. So he was not just a mountain anymore. He was a form of Krishna. So sometimes devotees ask, "So is Govardhan Krishna or is Govardhan a servant of Krishna? Who is he?" Put your hand up if you think he is a servant of Krishna. Put your hand up if you think he is Krishna himself. Okay, those of you who say it's Krishna himself, what's your reason?
Because he's a form of Krishna.
Yeah, but why is he a form of Krishna?
Because also Krishna told him to worship them, and he would only want them to worship him because he is the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, very good. Anyone else? Yes?
It is a fragment of him. The hill is a fragment of his beauty.
Sorry?
The hill is a fragment of his beauty.
Wow, he is a fragment of his beauty. Very good answer. So it's said that Govardhan is a form of Krishna. So he is Krishna himself in the form of his own devotee. Just like Lord Chaitanya. When he came, he assumed the form of his own devotee. Similarly, Govardhan is Krishna himself, but in the form of his devotee. Okay? So he is both. He is Krishna, but he is also in the form of his devotee. So when Govardhan started eating all the offerings, guess what? Something very, very, how to say, something very extra or fearful happened. Now don't jump. Let me ask someone else. Victor. No. What happened before that? You know, we have news reporters. When something's going on extraordinary, what happens? News reporters come and they take the message to Indra. Yeah, exactly. So somebody saw that and they went straight to Indra, because Indra was the king of, Indra is the king of all devatas, right? So the news reporter went to Indra and said, "Indra, do you know what's happening? Do you know what Brajvasis are doing? They were meant to worship you. They have been worshipping you all these years. But today, they are worshipping Govardhan. What an insult." And Indra got very angry. He got provoked. You know what provoked means?
Like offended?
Yeah, he got when somebody comes and deliberately makes you angry against someone, then you get provoked. How can they do that? No, that's called provoking someone. So Indra got provoked, and he is the king of the devatas, so he is sensible. Usually in his duties, he is Indra because of a reason, right? So what we see is only the bad side of him, that Indra did this. But we have to look at 95% of the times when he didn't do it. He is in that position because of the extraordinary qualities that he has. But because of the pastime and Krishna's arrangement, he got influenced by that and he got provoked. And he started thinking, how is that possible? How can they do this? This worship is meant for me. They don't understand that I give them the rain. And if I stop doing this, then there will be no Govardhan, there will be no cows, there will be nothing. So I need to teach them a lesson. So you know what he did? Yeah, you?
It is storm.
Yes, but you know how he did the storm? He called for his most fearful cloud. You know how there are different types of clouds? There is one special type of cloud called Samvartaka. And Samvartaka is the cloud that if it bursts, then everything will get flooded underwater. And it will be stormy and it will be a complete destruction of everything. So he called for the most fearful cloud. And what was the name? Samvartaka. 1 point for the boys. Samvartaka. And then Samvartaka came and he said, "What do you want me to do, Indra?" He said, Go to Vrindavan and shower the most fearful storm. and let all the inhabitants of Vrindavan drown, and they will all die. Then they will learn their lesson. Do you think this is how the Devatas normally think?
No.
Then what is the difference between Devatas and demons? Because these demons have this tendency of destroying everything, right?
And taking over.
But sometimes even Devatas get influenced, just like sometimes we get influenced. Most of the times if we are trying to be good, sometimes we get influenced and we don't do the right thing. Similarly, even though Indra was very elevated, he also got influenced. So he sent Samvartaka, and Samvartaka went. And as soon as Samvartaka came there, when Brajvasis saw, because if you have seen when a very dense rain cloud comes, what does it feel like? Scary, isn't it? When you look in the sky, it's so dark. And the Brajvasis, even before they started, Brajvasis got scared and they all ran to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, I think we have offended Indra and he is now going to destroy us all. So they all ran to him. Please save us, please save us. And in the meantime, Samvartaka started hitting Vrindavan with his thunderbolts, with his, these showers, the rains, the flooding, everything was going on. Like, have you seen tsunami photos, videos? How bad is that?
Yeah.
Imagine 100 times that. What would that look like? Such bad storms. So everybody was feeling scared that what will happen now? We have done such a big mistake by listening to Krishna's advice. But then Krishna said, he pacified everybody. He said, do not worry. I will protect you. I will give you shelter. And then what he did?
Lift up Govardhan Hill, make his leg pink.
And did it take him any effort to do that?
No.
Why?
And he stayed like that for 7 days. He's a motu.
Why?
He's a motu.
Why?
It was like an atom to him.
It was like an atom to him. Fantastic. 1 point for the boys. It's actually said that when he lifted Govardhan Hill, right? Which hand did he lift on?
He left.
Left hand and
Pinky.
the pinky finger. So left hand, pinky finger. And Govardhan was not even sitting on his fingertip. Do you know where it was sitting?
Nail.
On the tip of his nail. This was just like an atom, like a particle of dust for him. And this Govardhan, that if you go around, you would have to go 21 kilometers. And it's sitting like a particle of dust on his nail tip.
And for 7 days.
And that too for 7 days. So it was a piece of cake for him, and everybody, all the residents of Vrindavan, they came under the hill. And that was the most fun part, like somebody said, to have fun. Because now it was the opportunity for all the Brajvasis who used to long for Krishna's, glimpse, that when will we see him? Because Krishna used to, what did he normally do regular basis? What was he?
Cowherd boy.
A cowherd boy. So what would a cowherd boy do during the day?
He stole butter.
Yeah, he would steal butter sometimes. Yes. What would he normally do? If he's a cowherd boy,
Grazes the cow.
yeah, he would grazes the cow. So every morning, Mother Yashoda would pack some prasadam for him, and they will all go to the forest. And whole day they will spend in the forest with cows, with his Gopa friends, and they would come back in the evening. So the gopis were thinking, that's not fair. Gopas get to see him the whole day and we only get to see him for a little bit. So they used to also long for, when will we see Krishna all the time? And Mother Yashoda also used to feel the same way. When will I see? Because when Krishna used to go, Mother Yashoda used to feel so much anxiety that, oh, my Lala is going. When will I? Can I be? He can't be with me, So all the Brajvasis in their different moods and relationships, they longed for Krishna. Radharani and gopis used to feel the same way. So Krishna said, like how he does one thing with, several things with one reason, he did the same. So he gave everybody the opportunity to come in such close association with him. Sometimes if you've heard that, you know how it said that gopis used to worship Suryadev, right? They used to go for Surya Puja. And then somebody said, why do you go for Surya Puja? And then Gopi said, because we want Krishna as our husband. So we pray to Suryadev. And Gopas used to worship Chandradev. And then somebody asked, why do you worship Chandradev? Then Gopas used to say, because from Chandra comes that rasa. And from rasa we get strong and we can be with Krishna and help him. But the actual reason was, Gopis used to pray to Suryadev. So in their prayer they used to say, can you please set quickly so Krishna can come home earlier? So that was their prayer. They were not praying for any material thing, They were praying that please go down quickly so Krishna can come back. And Gopas were praying to Chandradev that can you please stay a bit longer so we can be with Krishna more than the gopis. So it was like that spiritual competition between the two. But everybody wanted Krishna's close association. So that's why they used to pray. And Krishna gave them that opportunity. So when all these storms were going on, guess what happened? Did anything happen to Govardhan?
No.
Why?
Because it was Krishna.
How did it get protected?
Because it was stuck together.
No. Victor?
Because it was Krishna and it was in the context of Krishna.
Yeah. How did Krishna protect Govardhan? Yeah? Hold on.
By holding it.
Yeah, when all these fierce storms were coming, Anantashesh? Have you heard of Anantashesh? Who's Anantashesh? Anyone? Anyone from the audience? Who's Anantashesh?
And he, with his mercy.
Yeah, but who's Anantashesh?
Expansion of Balaram.
Yeah, have you seen that snake with
Yeah.
1,000 heads? Hoods? Yeah? So he protected Govardhan from all sides. So none of the storms could even touch Govardhan. And there was on top of Govardhan was Sudarshan Chakra, Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra, protecting from the top, and from the sides was Anantashesh, the hoods of Krishna, of Anantashesh protecting. So nothing, it was like the whole Govardhan Hill was in a bubble, protection by Krishna, right? And when all of this was going on, there is a very sweet pastime. So the story goes back. So now we are not in Govardhan Leela. Let's go back a little bit. So once Lord Shiva and Parvati were sitting, and Lord Shiva was telling Parvati how to do Vaishnav Seva, and he was emphasizing on that Vaishnav Seva is so important. You should do Vaishnav Seva. So after the lecture finished, Lord Shiva went. After a while, Parvati, Mataji, she came and she said that I've invited a Vaishnava to our place and I would like to serve him. And Lord Shiva said, who have you invited? So Parvati Mata said, I've invited Kumbhaja Muni. And Lord Shiva got a bit like, what have you done? And she said, what's wrong? But you said we should invite Vaishnavas, so I invited Kumbhaja Muni. And Lord Shiva said, okay, I'm going for meditation, you deal with this matter. But he didn't say anything else. So he left. And then when Kumbhaja Muni came, she offered him a place to sit. So Kumbhaja Muni sat. And then Parvati Mata had like a big kitchen of 1,000 servants cooking, So she started serving with her own hands to Kumbhaja Muni. She poured like one ladle of dal, whatever, rice. And Kumbhaja Muni said, what are you doing? Just pour the whole bucket. And she said, what, whole bucket? And he said, yeah, pour the whole bucket. So she poured the whole bucket and Kumbhaja Muni ate. And when she left to refill, he already had finished. And then he asked for more and more and more. And that continued. And then she realized, what have I done? How am I going to satisfy this Kumbhaja Muni? And maybe this is what Lord Shiva meant. So she asked all the servants, and they kept bringing buckets and buckets of food to satisfy Kumbhaj Muni, but he was not getting satisfied. And now Lord Shiva has gone in his meditation, so she can't break his meditation also. So the only person she could think of at that time was Krishna. Then Parvati Mata, she thought of Krishna, please come to my rescue. I don't know how to deal with this situation now. I'm in a fix. So in her meditation, then after her prayer, a very young boy walks in to her place. And this little boy, he says to Parvati Mata, I want some prasadam from you. And then Mata invites her inside, and then she says, okay, you sit next to Kumbhaja Muni and we will serve you also. Then he said, no, I want to eat on the same plate with Kumbhaja Muni. Then Kumbhaja Muni thinks, okay, he's a little boy, that's okay, he can have in the same plate with me. So he allowed him, and he started eating. And then just after like a few morsels, he said, can I have some water? So then Parvati Mata gave some water, and he washed his hands. So there's a tradition in Vedic culture, once you wash your hands, then you don't eat anymore. So when Krishna this little boy was Krishna, who had come to rescue Parvati Mata. And when he washed his hands, now Kumbhaja Muni couldn't eat anymore. So then he said, you tricked me, because I was not satisfied. But because you've done this, now I can't eat anymore. So he said, at least give me some water. So then Krishna said, don't worry, I will satisfy you with enough water when the time comes. So during Govardhan Leela now we're coming back to Govardhan Leela, when these storms were coming and there was so much water, like you can't even imagine how much water was flooding Vrindavan. Then Kumbhaja Muni came there. Krishna, arranged for Kumbhaja Muni to be there, and he was drinking all that water. That's why nothing in Vrindavan was getting flooded. So that was the background story of that. So, and then what happened? Now all of you try to visualize. Everybody is having fun. Wherever Krishna is standing, everybody is thinking Krishna is looking at me only. So if it's Mother Yashoda, she's thinking Krishna is looking at me. Radharani is thinking he is looking at me. And then a spiritual competition begins, right? And the Gopas say, well, it's not Krishna's strength. He is not carrying Govardhan. It's because of us that Govardhan is being carried. Do you know why they said that? Because they were all holding sticks, and they thought it's their strength actually. And then the gopis said, it's not Krishna, it's us, because he feeds on our butter that we churn, and because of that butter's strength, Krishna is holding Govardhan. So everybody is thinking it's because of them, and Krishna is enjoying these pastimes because he's having these loving exchanges with all the Brajvasis, with their emotions, and everybody is in that bliss. They don't care like what's going on outside. And Indra is becoming furious and furious. Again, the news reporter went back to Indra. Indra said, so by now everybody would have been dead, right? And the news reporter said, sadly, everybody is live as it is. And Indra got so furious. He said, what do you mean? There is no way that anyone can survive some Vartaka's storms. How is that possible? And he said, that little boy, he's holding there, and everybody is under the shelter of Govardhan. So Indra gets very, very mad. So then he's hearing from the news reporters what all is going on there. And then Indra, he begins to think, who is this little boy? Who is this boy? He can't be an ordinary person. Even though he had understanding of Krishna and his position, but momentarily he went into that forgetfulness. He forgot who Krishna was, and his pride overtook, his ego overtook his intelligence, because he became lusty. And this is what happens in devotional life for everybody else. Sometimes in devotional life, when we become lusty of name and fame, we become lusty of respect, then our downfall happens. And this is the thing that happened with Indra, because he was expecting that I should receive the same level of respect that I have been receiving all these years. How can somebody, or that too a little boy, change that? Who is he to change that? Brajvasis have been worshipping me and I am deserving of that. When you become proud of this, when you become egoistic about your own position, then your downfall happens. And it's actually Krishna's mercy. He only helps those devotees who are dear to him. And Indra is very dear to him. Indra is not Krishna's enemy, even though momentarily he acted like that, but he is not. He is very dear devotee of Krishna. So Krishna wanted to help him. And every time we go through the same emotions, Krishna helps us. He helps us to encounter our dark side. Because until we encounter our dark side, we won't know how to get rid of that. So when Indra realized that my ego made me commit such a great offense towards the Supreme Lord, he became very, very regretful and he wanted to fix his mistake. So he went to Lord Brahma and he asked Lord Brahma, please advise me, what shall I do? I have committed such a big offense. And then Lord Brahma said, look, there is only one thing in the world that can help you fix this, because you have committed a very big offense. You have tried to kill Vrindavan, Brajbasis. Can you imagine how big of an offense is that? Brajbasis, the cows, they are the most dear to Krishna. And somebody even having a thought of doing something bad towards them is offensive. What to speak of actually doing it? And Indra has committed such a big offense. It's not forgivable, but still, there is one thing you can do. Go and take the Surabhi cow with you. And when Krishna will see the Surabhi cow, his heart will melt and he might forgive you. So then Indra did exactly the same. He took the Surabhi cow. The Surabhi cow is a very special cow and very, very dear to Krishna. So Indra went and he put the Surabhi cow in front and he was standing behind. And when Krishna saw the Surabhi cow, his heart melted and he was just playing with the cow, embracing her. And he was saying to Balram, look at this beautiful cow, and they were both talking. And then suddenly Surabhi cow prays that there is another personality here who has come to seek forgiveness from you. He has committed a big offense, but he's very repentful. Please forgive him. So now Indra comes in front and with folded hands he prays to Krishna and he asks for forgiveness, that I have committed a big mistake, please forgive me. And then Krishna, he forgives. He says, that's okay. You have realized your mistake. Always remember, don't become proud of your status. Don't think that because you are the king of the heavens that you forget who the Supreme Personality is and what level of respect and how dear these Brajvasis are to him. So then after realizing that, then Krishna forgave him and he went back. So this is in nutshell Govardhan Leela. There are many lessons for us to learn from this Govardhan Leela. So it's a lesson for us to understand that doesn't matter what, Krishna is very forgiving. Just like how he forgave Indra, and we think that sometimes things are not going correct in our life, Krishna is not on our side. He doesn't love me enough maybe, or maybe I'm not dear to him, but others are very dear. That's not the case. Krishna is very loving to each and every one. He has mercifully come and resided in every living entity's heart as the super soul. This is his mercy. He's guiding us from inside at every step. So Krishna is very merciful. We should always remember that. And another thing he's teaching us is, again, to always remember that to grow in spiritual life, we have to come out of all these the material lusts, they are of two types. The The gross type of lust where, we have attraction, you have this, and the subtle type of lust, which is a feeling, a demand from within that I would really like to be respected. I would really like to be given that status. I would really like to be honored for this, acknowledged for this. All these subtle types of lust also, they lead to anger. In a similar case, what happened with Indra? His lust led to anger, and Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 63, Krishna explains, from anger, what happens? From anger? Delusion arises. From delusion? Bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one
Falls back down into the material pool.
One falls back into the material pool. And exactly this is what happened with Indra. Because he got lusty of his name and fame, his intelligence got bewildered. And he could not think, what was I doing? He could not think between right and wrong. And he did the wrong thing. And later on, with Krishna's mercy, he came back to his realization. So that's our takeaway from this Govardhan Leela. Now this month is very, very auspicious. Krishna has done amazing pastimes in this month. Govardhan Leela is one. Can you give me another one, boys and girls?
When he gets tied up.
What Leela is that?
Damodar.
Damodar Leela. Damodar Leela. Yes? That's why this month is also called Damodar month.
Yeah.
Any
Kartik month.
or Kartik month. Any other Leela? Any other pastime you remember? Yeah?
It's not about this month.
Okay.
It's about it's Leela's flute Leela.
Which one?
Flute Leela.
Flute Leela? Which Leela is that?
Where he plays the flute and then Nanda Baba likes it.
Not sure which one you're referring to. Yes, not in this month. Yes, Mataji. Gopashtami happened in this month. The appearance of Radha Kund happened in this month. That's Bahulashtami.
Disappearance day.
No, yeah, that's one of the festivals we celebrate. But yes, Mataji. It was in this month. Yes, that's right. Yes, so this month is full of festivities for devotees because a lot of pastimes happened in this month. This month is the month of Srimati Radharani because Kartika is another name of Srimati Radharani. And this month is very, very dear to Lord Krishna. And that's why anything you do in this month, you reap 100 times the benefit. So a simple lamp offering that you do gives you a result of 100 times offering the lamp. So if you are chanting, how many of you are chanting here? Chanting? How many rounds do you chant on average?
4.
Hands up if you chant less than 4. Hands up if you chant between 4 and 8. If you chant more than 8. Anyone? Okay. So imagine this month, if you're chanting 8 rounds, you get 100 times the benefit. So you're chanting technically
800 rounds.
800 rounds. So this is the power of Kartik month. So this is the month which is like the month to reap as much spiritual benefit as you can, right? So increase your chanting, increase your reading. If you normally read 1 page, you will get the benefit of reading 100 pages. This is what it is. Victor.
I know you get 100 times the benefit, but you don't get 100 times if you do something bad. You do 100 times.
Yeah. Well, Krishna he is very positive. So he's given us the positive.
So if you do something bad, you won't get 100 times.
No. Fortunately not. That would be very bad for us. That was a very intelligent question. So how many, okay, today is 26th of October. Kartik finishes on 5th of November. Who is a mathematician? How many days have we got left?
9 days. 10 days.
10 days. Yeah, 5 days of November and 5 days of October. So you still have 10 days left. You have 1/3 of this month left still. That means if you haven't done it, now is the time to do it. from today itself, encourage all in your family to offer lamb. Because the Purana says, if by offering one lamp, you book your ticket of going back to Krishna's abode. This is how powerful offering a lamp to Krishna is in this month. If you go to Vrindavan, you will see there are thousands and thousands of people, in temples, Radha Damodar, all these temples, they're doing Deepdan. Why they're doing it? They understand that this month is a month of Krishna's special sale. This is the time, if we haven't done anything, this is the time to do it. So encourage everybody around you, your family, even your workplaces, your colleagues. If by knowingly, unknowingly they offer a lamp, it's like we all have a pot. It's hanging in Krishna's hand. That's our spiritual pot. Now, any spiritual activity we do, that one drop gets added to that spiritual pot. When that pot will get filled, that day we will come to our realization. So everybody on this journey who is traveling, they are slowly filling that pot. Some people offer lamp only once a day, or once a month, or once a year. So that is their speed of filling that pot. That means they might have to take births again and again and again until that pot gets filled. That is called our Sukriti. Then we will have that full dedication, that full enthusiasm to take up Krishna consciousness. But the more we can speed up filling that pot, the quicker we can come to that. Sometimes we say, I don't know why I'm not getting the taste, it's not happening. I read a little bit, I do this, but not getting that, because we're not filling the pot enough. We're not doing enough to reach that threshold from where it just flows after that. So we all have to try to help each other as well. If kids don't know, encourage them. Please come and offer the lamp. You hold their hand and do it if they don't want to do it. Because knowingly, unknowingly, doing it also helps. It still fills that pot. So we have to help everybody. That's the best work you can do for humanity. Encouraging them to become Krishna conscious, knowingly or unknowingly. All right, we'll end the talk here. If anyone has questions, please put your hand up. We'll have a very short quiz after this. Yes.
What was the name of the Leela? I think it's where Krishna got the feather, the peacock feather that he normally has.
Peacock feather he normally wears all the time. Yeah, he always wears peacock feather. Yeah, Amber?
When he was lifting the Govardhan up, he was also playing the flute.
He was actually, and you know what was happening? Thanks for reminding me.
Oh yeah, I saw Krishna.
So, look, Krishna was holding Govardhan on his left finger, right? And that too on the tip of his nail. Now his right hand was free. So he said, okay, we can play flute with one hand. But everybody said, all the Gopas said, no, don't do it. Because already what happened was, when Krishna looked at Radharani, right, he lost control and he started shaking. So the Gopa said, don't look at Radha, because if you look at her, this will fall and our lives will be in danger. And then when he started, he said, okay, let's play flute, because we have to pass time. This is going to go forever. So he wanted to play flute, and then everybody said, no, don't play flute. If you start playing flute, this Govardhan Hill will start melting. Just like the trees start dancing, the peacocks start dancing, listening to Krishna's flute. This Govardhan Hill will melt. And if the Govardhan melts, then what's going to happen? There will be, all our lives will be in danger. So they said, don't play. But, obviously, Krishna is Krishna. He can do whatever he wants. So he played flute. And everybody was, dancing and thinking and singing. So it was very beautiful pastime going on. Mataji.
Listen, Bhakti, so where mentioned that, Indra's duty is to, like the rain and everything. How should I understand that, so Giriraj also has a duty, like that he's doing all these things. How should I understand it?
Because Giriraj is his own manifestation. right? This Leela is to Giriraj and Krishna are not different to each other. Just like Arjuna, when he was on the battlefield, what did Krishna say to him? You fight for me, because I'm telling you. So when Krishna is telling Nanda Baba, you don't do your worship to him, but do your worship to Govardhan, we have no other arguments to present, because that's Krishna's instruction, and that's final. There is no more ifs and buts about it. So same thing, Krishna can present any logic that he wants. So that is the final statement. And secondly, because Govardhan is his own form, is his own manifestation. It's not, Govardhan's not a demigod. What he is rejecting is that don't worship demigods, because they are doing their duties. They are my ministers. They have been given a specific department to look after. If you do demigod worship, then you are getting into that cycle of fruitive action and resultant reaction. Karma kanda, yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any question?
Quiz?
Ready for the quiz?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. This will be a quick one, okay? So whoever puts their hand up, boys or girls, will go with that. Question 1. In which month did Govardhan Leela take place? Now, what's the name of the month? Kartik month. Okay. Is Govardhan A? Govardhan is Krishna himself. B. Krishna's servant. Or C. Both? Victor? Both. Well done. Next question. Who protected Govardhan from the storm?
Krishna,
How?
by lifting Govardhan on the right.
What was the protection around Govardhan? Anantashesh on the side.
Sudarshan Chakra.
Sudarshan on the top. Well done, boys. Next question. Who was drinking all the water?
Oh, what's his name? Oh, it's like it starts with a H.
Not Indra.
No, it was the guy in the shade.
No, not Anantashesh. Kumbha Jamuni. For girls, yes. Okay, last and final question. Who helped to rescue Indra? Yeah. Surbi cow, yes.
Allowing him to still be a demigod.
Yeah, very good. And this was Krishna's mercy. He said, don't worry, I'm not going to take your position away. You are the king of the heaven. You will stay king of the heaven. And this is what we have to understand. Krishna doesn't challenge us by taking our position away. Same thing he did with in Brahma Vimohan Leela as well. He taught Brahmaji the lesson, but he didn't take his position away. We have to understand. So he said, you will stay the king of heaven still, but you have to come to your realization and understand your real position. So that's what the lesson is. And this is Krishna. If he has given you something, he will not take that away, but he will teach you his lesson through his ways. So well done to everybody for being such an interactive audience, and I'm very impressed with all the kids. You've been listening very carefully and some amazing answers. And
Now can we have the mango?
Yes. So clearly the results tell us the boys are the winner. Can we give them a big round of applause? Now boys, you have to do a little tapasya, because we will still have to go and worship Govardhan first. And after the puja is done, then Ritu Mataji will give you the mango. You can all share together. Sounds good? Okay. Thank you everybody. Thank you. Jai Srila Prabhupada.